Imagine a ritual so powerful that it allowed ancient tribes to control the very forces of nature around them. A forgotten practice that enabled them to summon rain, command the winds, and even influence the animals they hunted. This wasn't magic. It was an ancient understanding of the elements, a deep connection with nature that modern society has lost. Today, we rely on technology and science to control our environment, but these tribes had something far more profound. They didn't just coexist with nature, they manipulated it to ensure their survival. And the best part? This knowledge was passed down through generations, a sacred ritual that was performed with purpose and reverence. But what if I told you that this ritual has been forgotten by time? What if, in the chaos of modern life, we've lost the key to harnessing the power of nature itself? The answers lie buried in ancient tribes and their rituals, a deep connection to the earth that we are only now starting to understand. In this video, we'll uncover the secrets behind these forgotten rituals. You'll learn how these ancient practices gave tribes the power to control their environment, survive in the harshest conditions, and thrive where others failed. Stay tuned, because what we're about to uncover might just change the way you think about your relationship with the natural world. For thousands of years, tribes across the globe practiced rituals that were believed to control the forces of nature. The most fascinating part? These rituals were not about just invoking spirits or gods. They were about deep scientific understandings that were ahead of their time. These ancient people knew the land, the sky, and the seasons better than anyone today. They understood how to tap into the earth's natural rhythms, using their sacred rituals to influence the weather, grow crops, and protect their people. They used elements of fire, water, earth, and air to invoke their power, drawing on forces that we've only recently begun to study in modern science. One such tribe, the Native American Plains tribes, practiced a ritual known as the rain dance. This ancient ritual was not just a simple prayer for rain. It was a calculated act of synchronizing the tribe with the natural forces around them. The tribes believed that by performing certain movements, chants, and offering sacred gifts, they could influence the weather, especially the rainfall that was vital for their survival. In other parts of the world, tribes used similar rituals, calling upon the power of the wind to help in battle, or harnessing the earth's vibrations to communicate with the spirits of the land. These rituals weren't just about belief. They were about a profound connection to the environment that modern society has largely forgotten. So how did they do it? How did these tribes harness the power of nature? Let's dive deeper into the forgotten rituals that gave them this extraordinary control. But here's where things get really interesting. This was not just a simple belief or superstition. Modern science has recently started to understand what ancient tribes may have known all along, that rituals can actually have measurable effects on the environment. Take the rain dance, for example. For centuries, people thought it was just a coincidence that rain would often follow these rituals. But scientists have recently discovered that the act of performing synchronized dances, chanting, and even the physical movement of bodies in unison can actually create vibrations in the atmosphere. Vibrations that may influence weather patterns. It's not magic, it's physics. The movement of the dancers and their combined energy could potentially have had a subtle effect on local air pressure, contributing to the rainfall. And this wasn't the only ritual with such effects. Across the globe, tribes have used similar practices, each rooted in the Earth's natural forces, to harness the elements and survive in harsh conditions. But despite these modern findings, we've lost much of this knowledge. As industrialization and technology advanced, these ancient practices faded into myth, regarded as nothing more than superstition. And yet, their effects may have been more real than we ever realized. This discovery raises a profound question. What if we could reconnect with this ancient knowledge? What if we could incorporate the rituals of the past into our modern survival practices, not just as spiritual acts but as practical tools for harnessing the natural world? What's fascinating is that these rituals weren't just about survival. They were about living in balance with the environment. They knew that survival wasn't about dominating nature, but about understanding it deeply and working with it. And today, as we face the mounting challenges of climate change and environmental destruction, there's an urgent need to reconsider how we interact with the natural world. Could the forgotten rituals of ancient tribes offer a roadmap for restoring balance between humanity and nature? The power lies in the connection, understanding the land, the seasons, the weather, and how to influence them through wisdom passed down for centuries. Maybe it's time to bring those rituals back, not just as folklore, but as practical ways to live in harmony with our environment. As we uncover these forgotten rituals, one thing is clear: the wisdom of ancient tribes wasn't just about surviving. It was about thriving in balance with the world around them. Their rituals gave them control over nature, not by conquering it, but by understanding it in ways we are only beginning to rediscover. So, what can we learn from these ancient tribes today? It's not just about the rituals themselves, but about the mindset they embodied. A mindset that recognizes we are part of the earth, not separate from it. It's time to reconnect with nature in a way that ensures our survival, and the survival of the planet. As we move forward, let's remember that ancient knowledge may hold the keys to a future where we live in harmony with the earth. And perhaps, by looking back, we can move forward in the most sustainable and powerful way possible.